The next gift that I want to mention is that when you open to reality, to this changing reality, you realize who you are. You are a changing flow of experience. Let me give you an example of how that realization happens. I was meeting with an older woman at a retreat some years ago. She had terminal cancer, and she knew she didn't have that long to live. And she described that every time she looked at someone she cared about, she'd see how they were right now, but her vision would penetrate, and she'd see how their form was really this changing stream, and she'd see disillusion. In other words, she'd see how they were going to get sick and die and go. So she was really living with this. All these precious forms are going, 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 but for her it was a weightiness. It was very difficult, and she said what she wanted to do was cup her hands and hold their dear faces and preserve them from change. That's what she wanted to do, stop it. Except, she said, there's nothing to cup, because there's always that stream of change. So she described that, and then she paused with that image of she was trying to cup, but they were just this stream of change. And I said to her, yes, and your hands are also streaming change. And everything dropped for her, because she started seeing her own form as a transparent stream of change. And that let light through. And then she relaxed into that field of light that was just, everything was streaming change, background of that light and awareness, and just became that. And her practice was over and over again, sensing how you and I and everything is this unfolding stream of living change, and then realizing that formless love that was aware of that. Form and formlessness. And this practice carried her through dying. It carried her, as she got increasingly weak, there was increasingly this transparency that she could sense the light that was shining through the streaming change. I offer you this because it's not just a exotic spiritual experience. It's what's really possible as you open to radical impermanence. Rumi puts it this way: everything you see has its roots in the unseen world. The forms change, yet the essence remains the same. Every wondrous sight will vanish. Every sweet word will fade. But do not be disheartened. The source they come from is eternal, growing, branching out, giving new life and new joy. Why do you weep? That source is within you, and this whole world is springing up from it. The source is full. Its waters are ever flowing. Do not grieve. Drink your fill. Don't think it will ever run dry. This is an endless ocean.